Okay, this is my audience, and they're gonna record me. Okay, so I want to talk about the Battle of Stalingrad and the effect that it had on World War II. During Hitler's invasion of Russia in 1941, there was a brutal winter and it had a large effect on Germany's army. This cold killed many German soldiers, and in June of 1941, Hitler invaded Russia, and they were supposed to reach Moscow rather quickly, but the terrain and environment delayed them, and so the winter came, and then the temperature dropped to about below 45 degrees, and because of the poor terrain, it was hard for supplies to get to the German soldiers, and so winter gear was not prioritized, and the German army was not prepared for the cold, so it had a large effect on them. It is estimated that the cold killed about 200,000 to 300,000 German soldiers. So my thesis is that the Battle of Stalingrad was a turning point of World War II. Firstly, it severely slowed the Axis advance. Germany was a powerful force, and in the beginning of World War II, Hitler captured many countries in Europe, including Poland, Belgium, and France. He had started attacking Russia in 1941, and at first the German army succeeded, but then the 1941 winter put them to a halt. But then the next spring and summer, they were able to advance farther. And in fact, in September of 1942 was the time of the greatest expansion for the Axis power. But in February of 1943, the tides turned and the Russians crushed an entire German army unit, and this was the Battle at Stalingrad. Following this, the Germans were not able to advance any farther into Russia, and they started to actually get pushed back. Secondly, this battle built morale for the Allies. Italy was allied with Germany under the Axis power, and in September of 1940, they invaded North Africa. The U.S. declared war in Japan in 1941 following the bombing at Pearl Harbor, and following the battle at Stalingrad, the U.S. joined the fight in North Africa and defeated the German soldiers there in May of 1943. Next, the U.S. and British forces started the combined bomber offensive, which is where they bombed Germany day and night. Mussolini was also overthrown, and D-Day was on June 6, 1944. Lastly, there was a cascading effect that led to the end of the war. The time of the Axis Great Expansion was in September of 1942, as I already said, and following the battle at Stalingrad, this changed the trajectory of the war and started a German retreat. The Germans in North Africa were pushed out. D-Day happened, and Paris was freed. The Germans were pushed out of Russia, and so with Hitler seeing that his army was failing and he did not have much more time left to possibly win, he gathered his forces in a last effort called the Battle of the Bulge, and they attacked the Allied line at the Belgium border, but the Allied lines held. The Battle of Stalingrad led to the end of World War II as Russia, the U.S., and Britain invaded Germany and attacked Berlin, and it led to Germany's surrender. So in conclusion, Hitler was a brutal and manipulative leader that tried to take control of Europe, but thankfully the Allies put a stop to that, and the Battle of Stalingrad helped to create a change in the war that was for the Allies because it severely slowed the German advance, it built the morale for the Allies, and it created a cascading effect to end the war.